I would encourage you to approach your job as caretaker from this perspective. Do everything you can to reduce stress in your chicks. Stress suppresses the development of your chick's immune system, and that leads to health problems, including diseases they might normally be able to fight off. Stress-reducing tip number 1, don't overcrowd the brooder. Make sure everybody has plenty of room to spread their wings and get exercise. Remember the guideline of 1/2 square foot or 450 square centimeters per chick. This should be enough room for them until they transition to the coop, but keep a watchful eye as they grow. If at any point the brooder appears crowded, consider getting a larger enclosure for them. Stress-reducing tip number 2, don't let them become too warm or too cold. Overheated chicks become dehydrated and will eat less, which can lead to them being underdeveloped. Chicks that are too cold will also grow more slowly and be more prone to disease. A brooder that is too hot or too cold, or is a generally stressful environment, can lead to your chick's feces drying and caking around their bottom. This is called pasted vent, also known as pasty butt. You'll want to check your chick's bottoms every few hours, especially during the first 2 weeks, as pasted vent is very common. I'll explain this more in depth in Chick Health. Stress-reducing tip number 3, don't expose them to loud noises. Chicks don't have a mother hen to run to when they're scared, and loud noises will easily frighten them. Keep the stress level down by keeping things quiet. Stress-reducing tip number 4, don't let them run out of food and water. Your chicks will eat and drink when they need to, and they will do so throughout the day. Without adequate water, chicks can become dehydrated quickly. If they don't have enough to eat, they will be more prone to pecking each other, trying to eat the bedding, or eating their feces. Stress-reducing tip number 5, don't make it hard for any chick to access food and water. Feeders and waterers should be at the proper height so that your chicks don't have to strain to reach them. They should also be kept clean. The condition of this waterer is simply cruel. Chicks in a brooder in this condition will soon be dehydrated. Stress-reducing tip number 6, don't reach into the brooder from the top when picking up your chicks. This mimics a predator and can be frightening. Instead, put your hand on the brooder bedding, palm facing up, and scoop them up. And finally, stress-reducing tip number 7, don't let the brooder become messy. Chicks have immature immune systems and are very susceptible to illness. Diseases and parasites tend to thrive in wet, dirty environments. It is imperative that you keep the brooder clean and dry. This includes keeping their water and food free of bedding and feces. Here is some other guidance on general care. Your chicks need close supervision. You'll want to periodically check the temperature, make sure that they haven't dumped over their food or water, and aren't piling up on each other. Notice this little one sitting still while her broodmates are running around. Is she just sleeping, or is something wrong? This is what you'll need to look out for. In this case, she's fine and was just taking a little nap. For the first 2 to 3 weeks, I looked in on my chicks every 2 hours, but that may not be doable for you. At a minimum, I recommend every 4 hours. Handle your chicks often. This will help them get used to humans and increase the likelihood that they develop people-friendly personalities and behaviors. At first, they will be afraid of your hand, but will learn to trust you. Some will respond better to being held than others. Most of this difference will be due to the individual chick's personality, but some of it can be attributed to their breed. Most children love chicks and want to hold them. When kids are around them, it's imperative that they remain calm, speak softly, and hold the chicks gently. This little one clearly doesn't mind being held. However, if a chick displays signs of distress, return it to the brooder immediately. The more enjoyable you make human interaction for your chicks, the more they will respond to it as adults. Always wash your hands with soap and warm water after handling chickens and other poultry. This will help protect you against salmonella infection. A chicken does not have to be sick to put you at risk of salmonella, as healthy birds can carry the germs on their body. So play it safe. Always wash your hands afterward. Once your chicks get to be about a month old, you might want to place a mini roost in the brooder to help them practice roosting and to relieve boredom. Make it 3 to 4 inches high or 7 to 10 centimeters. Your chicks need to remain in the brooder for 6 to 8 weeks, or until they are mostly feathered. Err on the side of keeping them in the brooder longer, not shorter. The smaller they are, the more problems they will run into in the coop and run. For instance, getting their head stuck in chicken wire. I recommend always keeping them covered. You never know when they will begin to jump or fly. Moreover, this protects them from predators. If you are brooding your chicks in warm weather, take them outside and let them scratch around in the grass and dirt. Not only is this a great cure for boredom, it helps them build resistance to parasites, such as the one that causes coccidiosis. I suggest not keeping them outside for more than 30 minutes or so. Bring them back to the brooder immediately if they start shivering or huddling together. You can also put a clump of dirt and grass in the brooder and let them peck and scratch away at it. Finally, listen to your chicks. If they are content, they will peep softly. If their chirping is loud and higher pitched, that's a sign that something's wrong. They could be too cold or too hot, hungry or thirsty or scared. Keep an attentive ear and listen for any calls of distress.